Hare Krishna, dear devotee, please accept my most humble obeisances to you. I'm very grateful to Prashanta Mataji for allowing me to share my little realizations which I have acquired by the mercy of my superiors, my Guru Maharaj, Shri Niranjan Swami Maharaj, my Gopranhana Prabhu, other senior devotees who played a very important role in my spiritual life. While hearing your realizations, I felt that I'm very happy that you have such a sangha, such an association, based on Srimad Bhagavatam, that your life is being changed by the lessons which you study from Srimad Bhagavatam, from the association of more serious, senior and experienced devotees. I can share just maybe a little bit of my own realization how I was studying in the school. Gopranhana Prabhu, he was the person Bhagavatam. He was the living Bhagavatam. He was just, he had complete faith in Srimad Bhagavatam. He never questioned Srila Prabhupada's translations of Srimad Bhagavatam. He knew who Srila Prabhupada was. Although Gopranhana Prabhu, he was able to read all the Acharya commentaries in the original, in the Sanskrit, and he saw that sometimes Srila Prabhupada didn't say everything which we can find in the Acharya commentaries, but he had full faith that Srila Prabhupada, he gave us whatever is needed for our spiritual life. And he was such a humble soul that whoever came in contact with him, he also caught this disease of humility. I remember many great scholars used to come to our school to study from different parts of India, who had been studying Sanskrit philosophy for a long time, and just maybe a little pride or just kind of this attitude of being superior to others was there. But then just 1-2 months of association with Gopranhana Prabhu and complete humility. And I was just very amazed by such a change. And it's very important that we study Srimad Bhagavatam not by ourselves, but under the direction of more senior devotees. Like Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Yaha Bhagavata Pada Vaishnavera Sthani Ganda Shraya Kaha Chaitanya Charani. Sarvajna Goswami, he speaks that if you really want to study Srimad Bhagavatam, you should do it from the Vaishnava, one who really had surrendered everything he has to the Supreme Lord, who depends on Krishna in all aspects of his life. And Ekanta Shraya Kaha Chaitanya Charani. And also we had to take full shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because just by his mercy everything is possible. In our school we had these deities of Shishinima Nitai, and I remember when we used to study Sandarbhas, and it was really tough. Like Tattva Sandarbha is more or less easy, but then Bhagavata Sandarbha is extremely complicated. And we used to pray to Shishinima Nitai just to give us some inspiration, and it helped a lot. So therefore we can see how this change is also described, this change of heart is described in Srimad Bhagavatam. Just recently I was teaching 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam to the Russian-speaking devotees for the Mayapur Institute, and I was speaking about this conversation between King Rahugana and Jadabharata. And Jadabharata, he met this great king who was not just king, he was a great scholar. And it is said that he was going on his way to the ashram of Kapila Muni, the same who is going to teach Sankhya philosophy. You're going to study it just in this semester. It's the second part of the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Very tough philosophy. So he was not just the ordinary king, he was a great scholar. And then when he saw this mendicant Jadabharata, he started humiliating him. And Jadabharata, out of his causeless mercy, he started to preach to King Rahugana, and he completely changed his heart by his instructions, by his arguments, by his attitude, his prayers, his humility. And he described the position of this ordinary living entity who is completely under the spell of Maya. He cannot liberate himself from the Maya. And then he says that the only remedy for that is that one has to get association of the senior devotee. This famous verse 5:12. Rahugana tattapasana iti nachenje griha nirvapanad grihadva nachanda sanayava jalagni suryari vina mahat padarajo bhishayakam. That my dear King Rahugana, I just read the Shurpada translation, unless one has the opportunity to smear his entire body with the dust of the lotus feet of great devotees, one cannot realize the absolute truth. One cannot realize the absolute truth simply by observing celibacy, brahmacharya, strictly following the rules and regulations of householder life, leaving home as a vanaprastha, accepting sannyasa, or undergoing severe penances in winter by keeping oneself submerged in water, or surrounding oneself in summer by fire and the scorched heat of the sun. There are many other processes to understand the absolute truth, but the absolute truth is only revealed to one who has attained the mercy of a great devotee. And then the second verse is even more interesting, because it what I felt while hearing from you, that it describes your association, your sangha, what you have in the VIHE, by the mercy of the organizers and by the mercy of the teachers. He says, Yatrottama shloka gunanuvadah prastuete gramya katha vighataha nishevyamano nudyanam muku mamukshor matim satim yachhati vasudeve. Who are the pure devotees mentioned here? In an assembly of pure devotees, there is no question of discussing material subjects like politics and sociology. In the assembly of pure devotees, there is discussion only of the qualities, forms, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is praised and worshipped with full attention. In the association of pure devotees, by constantly hearing such topics respectfully, even a person who wants to merge in the existence of the absolute truth abandons this idea and gradually becomes attached to the service of Vasudeva, Supreme Lord. So this is the change of heart. Whoever we are, whatever problems we might have, whatever wrong motives we might have by joining this Bhakti-vaibhava course, but by submerging in this atmosphere of studying Shrimad Bhagavatam, we will definitely change. And King Rahugana then in the 5th canto, 13th chapter, 22nd verse, he admits that change of heart had happened with him. He says, Nahed bhutam tvacharanab jarenupir hatam paso bhakti rathok chaje mala mahur chikatyasya samagamacheme dustarkama mulo pahato vivekaha. It is not at all wonderful that simply by being covered by the dust of your lotus feet, one immediately attains the platform of pure devotional service to Adhokchaja, which is not available even to great demigods like Brahma. By association with you, just for a moment, I am now freed from all argument, false prestige, and lack of discrimination, which are the roots of entanglements in the material world. Now I am free from all these problems. And I just read some small part of Srila Prabhupada's commentary. Association with pure devotees certainly frees one from the material clutches. This is certainly true of King Rahugana's association with Jada Bharata. King Rahugana was immediately freed from the misgivings of material association. The arguments offered by pure devotees to their disciples are so convincing that even a dull-hearted disciple is immediately enlightened with the spiritual knowledge. So just one moment of association with the Jadabharata had changed the heart of such a bright king as Rahugana. And I understand that you are not the bright scholars, you are very, very humble, very sincere devotees, and you are not going to associate just for one moment with the senior devotee, the teachers. You will have very prolonged association, and not just association based on prajalpa association, but it's going to be association based on Srimad Bhagavatam, which is not different from Krishna. I remember Goparanhana Prabhu once he said that Srila Prabhupada, he had a meeting with the PPT devotees, and he told them that everyone who is going to work on my books, translate my books, edit my books, study my books, he will definitely go home back to Godhead. Because Srila Prabhupada's books is not just Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Bhagavatam which is, is saturated, or he's full of emotions of pure devotee, of pure surrender to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada was translating Srimad Bhagavatam in such a situation when he was praying to Krishna to choose the proper words, to convey the same attitude or message of the Guru Parampara to the disciples who are not aware of the traditional Vedic systems or Vedic culture. So he was praying to touch their hearts, and therefore his Srimad Bhagavatam is unique. And by studying Srimad Bhagavatam as it was translated by Srila Prabhupada, you will also get his mercy. And I was very touched by the words of Mataji Ekanta, who was speaking that women are being humiliated or just somehow derided by people nowadays. Srila Prabhupada, he never did, because he has very soft-hearted, very kind-hearted devotee, and therefore his disciples, women disciples, they were very happy to have his association. So therefore, all you need is love, and you can get this love from Srimad Bhagavatam, which is presented by Srila Prabhupada in the association of such a wonderful teachers in the VIHE. So I wish you to just absorb completely in Srimad Bhagavatam, try to understand the mood of Srimad Bhagavatam, the mood of Srila Prabhupada, and then this change of heart will happen in your life, and you will overcome all the problems, whichever you might face in your life, and go home back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.